I love women. I do not see them as separate things. Women pay me to dominate them, to excite them, to make them come. I did not start out like this. No, to the contrary. I started out as a lawyer, but in my late 30s, I became obsessed with making women happy. I began as a mission of sorts, but then I got involved in it. I got really good at it. Kind of brilliant. It was my art. I started getting paid for it. It was as if I had found my calling. I wore outrageous outfits when I dominated women. Lace, silk, leather, and I used props. I loved props. Whips, handcuffs, rope, dildos. There was nothing like this in tax law. There were no props, no excitement, and I hated those blue corporate suits. Although, I wear them now from time to time in my new line of work, and they serve quite nicely. There were no props in corporate law. There was no wetness. There was no dark, mysterious foreplay, no erect nipples, no delicious mouths. But mainly, there was no moaning. Not the kind I'm talking about anyway. This was the key I see now. The thing that ultimately seduced me and got me obsessed with making women happy. When I was a little girl, I would see the women in the movies making love, making strange, orgasmic moaning noises, and I would laugh. I would get strangely hysterical. I couldn't believe that big, outrageous, ungoverned sounds like that came out of women. I longed to moan. I practiced in front of my mirror, moaning in various keys and various tones. But always when I played it back, it sounded fake. It was fake. It wasn't rooted in anything sexual, really, only in my desire to be sexual. But then, when I was 10, I had to pee really badly once on this car trip. And when I finally got to pee in this dirty little gas station, I was so excited, I moaned. I moaned as I peed. I couldn't believe it, me moaning in a Texaco station in the middle of Louisiana. I realized right then that moans are connected with not getting what you want right away, with putting things off. I realized that moans were best when they caught you by surprise, came out of this hidden part of you, and that was speaking its own language. I realized that, in fact, moans were that language. I became a moaner. I made most men anxious. Frankly, it terrified them. They couldn't concentrate on what they were doing, they'd lose focus, and then they'd lose everything. Yeah. We couldn't make love in people's homes. The walls were too thin. I got a reputation in my building, and people stared at me with contempt in the elevator. Men thought that I was too intense. Some even called me insane. I began to feel bad about my moaning. I got quiet and polite, made noise into a pillow. I began to get headaches and stress-related disorders. I learned to choke my moan, hold it back like a sneeze. I was becoming hopeless when I discovered women. I discovered women loved my moaning. But more importantly, I discovered how deeply excited I got when other women moaned. When I was responsible for other women moaning. I made love to quiet women, and they found this place inside themselves, and they shocked themselves in their moaning. I made love to moaners, and they found a deeper more penetrating moan. It was a kind of surgery, a kind of delicate science, finding the tempo, the exact location, or home of the moan. That's what I called it. Sometimes I found it over a woman's jeans. Sometimes I snuck up on it, off the record, quietly disarming surrounding alarms and moving in. Sometimes I used force, but not a violent, oppressing force, no. More like a, I'm going to take you someplace, lay back and enjoy the ride kind of force. Sometimes it was simply mundane. I found the moan before things even got started. While we were eating chicken or salad, just right there. Real simple, here it is, just like that, all mixed in with the balsamic vinegar. Sometimes I used props. I loved props. Sometimes I made a woman find her own moan in front of me. I waited, stuck it out until she opened herself up. I wasn't fooled by the minor, more obvious moans, no. I pushed her further, all the way to her power moan. There's the clit moan. Ah, ah, ah. The vaginal moan. Ah, ah, ah. The combo, clit, vaginal moan. Ah, oh, ah, ah, ah. There's the almost moan. Oh. There's the right on it moan. Oh yeah, yeah, right there, yeah. There's the elegant moan. There's the grace slick moan. Oh yeah, baby, yeah, rock on! There's the wasp moan. There's the Jewish moan. No. There's the African American moan. Oh shit! There's the Irish Catholic moan. Oh, forgive me. There's the mountain top moan.
Oh, Jesus.
There's the baby moan.